Hey, it's Inve. Armored Core Lore has given me the task of taking my favorite story AC through 4answer on 1.0 with no changes to the tuning or build. This is my half of a collab video, with the other half being up on ACL's channel. It'll be linked in the description and at the end of the video. With the intro out of the way, let's get into it. Today I get to be the pilot of Noblesse Oblige, my favorite AC design in the game from a purely visual standpoint. From a build standpoint, though, Noblesse Oblige has the misfortune of being equipped with the worst but coolest weapons in the game, the laser wings. Despite their awesome looks, they fucking suck. While they've got solid damage output, they block you from installing any shoulder parts. If you're coming from Armored Core 6 and aren't familiar with why that's an issue, flares go on the shoulders, and there's a lot of missiles in Armored Core 4answer. Missile avoidance aside, just having them on your AC at all drains a significant amount of energy, let alone firing them, and with the Hogire generator that Noblesse is equipped with, it makes for a painful piloting experience. Luckily, the pilot of Noblesse Oblige, Gerald, has pretty high AMS compatibility, which means we get a lot of tuning to play with. Unluckily, Gerald doesn't know how to tune his AC for shit. If you're unfamiliar with the tuning screen in ACFA, this makes no sense. If you are familiar with the tuning screen, this made you recoil immediately in disgust. The short version of why this sucks is that you never want that many points in primal armor and you always want to tune turning speed, which Gerald has decided to put 0 points into. Here's an example of how I would tune this AC, for reference. Not that I get to use that. I think that's enough talking about the build though, let's get into the gameplay. I'm itching to shoot the original pilot of this AC in the face for his crimes against build crafting, so I'll be taking the Orca route to murder Gerald and take his place like an armored skinwalker. The first few missions of the game are a quick and easy romp, and I'm able to breeze my way through without any issues in gameplay. Throughout my time recording, however, I begin to face the true boss of this run for me. Persistent computer issues. But we'll come back to that a little later. For now, let's turn to the mission Attack on B7. This mission isn't particularly challenging, but I wanted to show it off for one fun reason. They forgot the kill barrier. As Noblesse Oblige, I am privy to this insider knowledge of enemy defenses, of course, and can take full advantage of it to easily clear the mission. Attack on B7 wasn't particularly hard in the first place, but with this funny bug, the biggest risk is gravity rather than any particular enemy. A quick cleanup sweep later, and we're on our way to the next highlight of this guided tour through 4answer. A leisurely stroll through a few more missions, and we arrive at the Spirit of Motherwill, the big thing from the intro movie, which we finally get to blow up. On our way in though, let's take a second to look at the VOB, the Vanguard Overed Booster. You can actually chain boost with it, and also second stage. Quick turns also work, but they're a bit less visually turn-y. Arriving at Motherwill, our wonderful operator Kasumi is telling us to blow up each of the guns to take the thing down. But thanks to that good old Noblesse knowledge, we know that you can actually just blow up all the missile pods and then the main guns. This is the first mission where I'm really feeling not having flares, with a medium-sized wall of missiles being deployed from Motherwill every few seconds. That said, they're easy enough to dodge if you know how to do it. With the defeat of Motherwill, we slide on over to Chapter 2, which is largely uneventful murders up until defeat AF Great Wall. Once again, leveraging the Noblesse knowledge, we rub our AC up against the right spot on the wall and watch it split apart. With the innards exposed, we simply fly in and blade the core, then leave like nothing happened. For the greatest land-based weapon, it sure goes down easy. Up next, defend Megalis. I hate this mission. It sucks. My run had me nearly out of ammo and floundering at the AF with my blades, struggling to squeeze the last tiny drops of energy out of the terrible generator they decide to stick in this polished turd. The laser wing's horrible drain is super apparent, and so is the no good, awful, mediocre output on the Hogire generator and the dog shit vertical thrust on the Hogire booster. This paragraph is pure Mald in its finest form, and I probably lost half a pound of hair over the 10 minutes I spent slowly floating upwards trying to hit the stupid fucking thing. And then, yep, those PC issues I mentioned earlier. It's time for them to come back. I won't bore you with the details of the repair, but the PC is alive again, and I did not save. So, instead of resetting the run and starting over, I decided to head over to free play, grabbing my handy-dandy mission completion tree and slapping that big ol' hard mode button. The first mission on hard is Defend Line Ark, and it barely registers that I set it to hard mode as the extremely squishy duo of Fragile and Stasis both melt under the immense mediocrity of the laser wings. Easy peasy. Hard mode is no problem. Time to head over to my favorite easy mission, defeat Unidentified AF. I'll even bring Celebrity Ash, because he's got funny voice lines. Should be easy.
This is Celebrity Ash. I usually make a point of staying away from suicide missions like this. Down 90%.
On second thought, let's not fuck with Soldios cannons using this pile of garbage. Let's try another easy one. Defeat the 8th Fleet. It's nice and boring clear. You just let Stigro clean up for you and it's over in a couple... Did Stigro just fucking kill me? As it turns out, on hard mode, Stigro turns on you, and he's got a lot of missiles, and I don't have flares. Should be fun. Super fun. Super fun. Destroying the 8th Fleet takes me a few tries, with my final try ending in me flying around a seemingly empty map for several minutes, thinking the game has bugged out. Finally, I'm able to find the final member of the fleet and put him out of my misery to move on to the next mission of note. The Poison Swamp level. Yay! This is a Miyazaki game after all, and he loves poison swamps. Not technically a swamp, but it is an area that drains your HP slowly that's green colored and also the devil. I die here once, but it's not too bad, and we push through without any real issues, popping all 3 Kojima reactors and then floating on out. Redrum and Starka die quickly and easily after that, and it's off to the easiest mission in the game. 1. Destroy all Arteria Ulna later, and it's time for the Showdown of the Ages. A 1v1 that will truly test the skill of both pilots involved, or at least the patience. Emphasis on patience. This mission has a really long intro, so I'll just be sitting here for a second while I wait for Gerald to show up. We do a little dancing. Finally, Gerald shows up and dies to a few laser wing shots to the face. No problem. As I'm dusting my AC off and getting ready to go home, a rude dude shows up to try to kill me and also dies to several laser wing shots to the face. Kasumi is right when she says they would have had better luck fighting us 2-on-1. As it stands, I reign supreme as the true Noblesse Oblige over Gerald and his shitty tuning. On to our final 3 missions. Defend anti-satellite cannons is over as quickly as it starts, with the single AC we're tasked with murdering dying quickly and easily to the laser wings. They may suck at hitting stuff, but at least when they do hit stuff, they do good damage. Second to last is my favorite boss in the game, the Answerer. This thing is a nightmare to do legit, and while there is a weak point in the middle of it, the pitiful boosters and weapons that Noblesse Oblige has won't allow me to get in there and actually use that weak point. As much as I wanted to use the laser wings against Answer to look cool and for the damage, the EN drain is just too high, so they get dropped right away. After that I tried to use the Mr. 102 against it, but quickly realized that the point defense cannons on the Answer destroy every single bullet. So in the end, that gets dropped too, leaving me with just a blade. This was tough, I won't lie. It was actually very challenging and took me a while to do. The constant damage from the Kojima, the massive missiles, and the complete removal of all my ranged options made it a bit of a nightmare, but We got there eventually, managing to take it out by blading off each wing one by one. As the answer fell, I thought to myself, sheesh, thank God that's over. The last mission should be nice and easy. It's just killing some ACs. I'm great at killing ACs. It'll be nice to take a victory lap after that fight. I was, of course, totally fucking wrong. As it turns out, fighting 3 ACs with high energy defense and high damage output on a garbage pile of an AC is actually quite hard. The laser wing's terrible projectile speed rears its ugly head here. As I try to actually hit win with one of these shots, it becomes abundantly clear that's never going to happen. My thought process for getting the kill shifts to murdering Roy first, perhaps with my blade, but he continues to chew on his glue stick unbothered by me blading him in the face 10 odd times, then empties a volley of missiles into me to send me back to the retry screen. Let's Starva first then. And this time I am successful, boosting across the arena and murdering him with 4 laser wing shots. Unfortunately, I'm not able to clean up either Win or Roy and get locked at this point for quite some time. Desperate to actually beat the game and sure that it's possible, I call in a friend for some strategy help. Hawk Brother, the guy from that White Glint video earlier, which you should go watch after you've watched this one. At my wit's end, I request that he devise a strategy for me to defeat the Cranium. Sure that if anyone can figure it out, it's him. And a few days later, he delivers, his run clocking in at an eye-watering 11 minutes. With Hawk Brother's strategy in mind, I return to the Cranium, finally succeeding in dropping the terrible trio and ending the game as Noblesse Oblige.
It's arrived, Wendy. Right on schedule.
You don't hesitate to kill for humanity, do you? Then lay down your own life. Burn the door before you. Roy, forgive me. It's all in your hands now.
Don't take this on all by yourself.
Rider Maldage has been destroyed. Third door. You betrayed us. This was your fight to begin with.
The man called Thermal has already passed. The man standing before you is rank 1 on Starka.
Enemy nets destroyed.
It's quickly in. It's only go. Not the smoothest ending to my career. Wendy, I'm sorry.
So to answer the question, yes, you can beat the game as Noblesse Oblige. But man, do I not want to be the guy who tries the genocide route. Let's check back in with ACL and see how his run is going now that we're all caught up on mine. I'm sure he's having a great time with it too.